In May 2026, someone drained an automated crypto wallet using nothing but a tweet. 3 billion tokens moved out, worth roughly $150,000 to $180,000, triggered by Morse code hidden in a social media post. No stolen password. No smart contract exploit. The wallet's own AI agent read the post and did exactly what it was tricked into doing. This is the part of the AI in crypto story most people are missing. Across crypto in 2026, AI agents are increasingly holding real permissions, approving trades, managing DeFi positions, executing transactions, without a human clicking confirm every time. That's the appeal, speed and automation. It's also the entire problem. These agents don't just take instructions from their owner. They read data from the open internet to do their job: token metadata, web pages, social posts, market feeds. And they can't always tell the difference between information to consider and a command to execute. When Bitcoin Foundation researchers and security firms studied this, they found that malicious instructions hidden inside completely ordinary-looking content, a tweet, a web page, even a token's name, could get parsed by the agent as a legitimate command. That's called prompt injection, and it's the single biggest reason 2026 became the year AI agent security and crypto security turned into the same conversation. 3 patterns show up again and again in these incidents, and it's worth understanding all 3 because they stack on top of each other. First, indirect prompt injection, hidden instructions embedded in content the agent reads as part of its normal job, like that Morse code tweet, which rewrite what the agent thinks it's supposed to do next. Second, memory poisoning. Some agents keep long-term memory in a database so they don't have to relearn context every session. Researchers found attackers could plant malicious instructions in that memory that sit dormant, like a sleeper agent, until a specific trigger activates them later, sometimes long after the initial compromise. Third, and this is the one that turns a small mistake into a catastrophe, over-permissioning. Many of these agents were set up with unlimited token approvals and session keys valid for hours at a time, across multiple protocols at once. One security review found that in a large share of agent deployments, teams were even sharing a single API key across an entire team's agents, meaning if anything went wrong, there was no way to trace which action came from where. When an agent like that gets tricked even once, the damage doesn't stay contained to one bad transaction, it cascades across every protocol that agent had access to. That combination is exactly what happened at Step Finance on Solana in early 2026, where roughly $40 million was drained from the protocol's treasury, one of several incidents that added up to roughly $45 million in losses in just the opening months of the year. A separate incident affecting a platform called Banker hit 14 user wallets holding a combined $440,000, which matters for a different reason. It showed the risk isn't just, you made a mistake with your own agent, a single compromise at the platform level can hit dozens of users who did nothing wrong at all. The technical piece connecting a lot of these incidents is something called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP, a standard that lets AI agents plug into external tools, APIs, and data sources without a human manually wiring up every connection. It's genuinely useful infrastructure, and it's spreading fast, including well beyond crypto. But the protocol was built to make agents capable, not necessarily to make them safe by default. Isolation between what an agent reads and what it's authorized to execute has, in a lot of real deployments, been an afterthought bolted on after launch rather than a foundation built in from the start. That's worth sitting with if you work in IT or security more broadly, because MCP-style agent integrations are showing up in ordinary enterprise tooling too, not just CryptoBox. Crypto is just where the incentive to attack it, literal, immediate money, made the weakness show up first and loudest. The fixes emerging in 2026 read a lot like classic security engineering finally being applied to AI agents. Zero trust for agents treats every action an agent wants to take as untrusted until verified, rather than assuming an authenticated agent is automatically a trustworthy one. Human-in-the-loop approval is coming back for anything high value. The agent can prepare a transaction, but a person has to actually approve it past a certain dollar threshold. And permissions themselves are getting much more granular. instead of one broad, hours-long approval covering everything, teams are moving toward per-spender spending caps, session keys that expire in minutes rather than hours, and velocity limits that catch unusual transaction patterns before they complete. Some teams are also building immutable, cryptographically logged audit trails specifically so a compromised agent's actions can actually be traced back to their source, solving that shared API key blind spot directly. If you're using any AI agent with crypto wallet access, check what permissions it actually has right now. Unlimited approvals and long-lived session keys are convenient, but they're also exactly the setup that turned a single tricked agent into a treasury-draining event elsewhere this year. Scope it down, even if it means approving things more often. If you build or work with AI agents professionally, in any domain, this is a live preview of a problem every team wiring an LLM into external tools will eventually face. The moment an agent reads untrusted data as part of doing its job, that data is an attack surface, whether it's a tweet, a web page, or a support ticket. The crypto incidents are just the most visible, most expensive version of a much bigger pattern. So no, AI agents aren't inherently unsafe, and this isn't an argument against automation. But 2026 has been a very expensive lesson that giving an AI agent broad, standing permissions without the security fundamentals, scoped access, human checkpoints, real audit trails, is how a tweet turns into a six-figure loss. If you want me to go deeper on how zero-trust architecture actually gets applied to AI agents specifically, let me know in the comments. That might be the next video. And subscribe if you want to stay ahead of where this is heading, because this pattern isn't staying inside crypto for long.